The ancient cities of Sodom and Gomorrah have become synonymous with divine judgment, moral decay, and the consequences of unchecked sin. Buried beneath layers of ash and salt, their destruction serves as a timeless warning, a story etched into history to remind humanity of the dangers of straying into darkness. But what exactly led to their downfall? And why should we care about these cities that perished thousands of years ago? The answer lies in the universality of their sins. The evils that consumed Sodom and Gomorrah are not relics of the past. They are alive today, lurking in modern hearts, societies, and systems. In this video, we'll uncover the 5 hellish sins that doomed these cities, sins you must recognize, confront, and avoid to escape a similar fate. Let's dive into the shadows of history to illuminate the path toward righteousness. Before we explore the sins, let's revisit the story. According to the book of Genesis, Sodom and Gomorrah were cities in the fertile Jordan River plain, thriving with wealth and resources. But their prosperity was overshadowed by widespread wickedness. The people indulged in cruelty, sexual immorality, and arrogance, ignoring the divine laws that governed moral order. God, witnessing their depravity, sent angels to investigate. These angels were met with hostility, violence, and an attempt at sexual assault by the men of Sodom. Only Lot, Abraham's nephew, and his family were deemed worthy of rescue. The cities were then destroyed by fire and brimstone, reduced to ashes as a testament to divine justice. This story is not just about punishment, it's a lesson in accountability. Let's break down the 5 core sins that sealed their doom and how they manifest today. Pride is often called the original sin, and Sodom and Gomorrah were steeped in it. The Bible describes the people as haughty. Ezekiel 16:49, blinded by their wealth and self-importance. They believed they were untouchable, above moral laws, and indifferent to the suffering of others. Modern societies mirror this arrogance. Think of corrupt leaders who exploit their power, corporations that prioritize profit over ethics, or individuals who dismiss humility as weakness. Pride breeds entitlement, isolation, and a dangerous disconnect from reality. It convinces us that we don't need guidance, accountability, or empathy. How to avoid this sin? Practice humility. Acknowledge your flaws and limitations. Listen to criticism and grow from it. Use privilege or success to uplift others, not dominate them. Pride doesn't just precede a fall. It builds the cliff from which you'll plummet. Sodom and Gomorrah were cities of excess. They had abundant resources, yet their inhabitants hoarded wealth and neglected the poor. The prophet Ezekiel condemns them for failing to strengthen the hand of the needy. Ezekiel 16:49. Their greed created a society where the vulnerable were abandoned and materialism became a god. Sound familiar? Today, greed fuels inequality, environmental destruction, and exploitation. Billionaires hoard wealth while families starve. Companies drain natural resources for short-term gain. Even in personal lives, greed manifests as envy, dishonesty, or an obsession with status. How to avoid this sin? Cultivate gratitude for what you have. Donate time, money, or resources to causes beyond yourself. Reject the lie that more equals happiness. Greed isn't just wanting more, it's believing you deserve more at others' expense. Sodom's name is the root of the word asterisk, sodomy asterisk, reflecting the city's association with sexual immorality. The men of Sodom demanded to rape Lot's angelic guests, Genesis 19:5, showcasing a culture normalized to objectification and violence. Lust here wasn't just about desire, it was about domination, dehumanization, and the erosion of sacred boundaries. In modern times, lust distorts relationships, fuels addiction, and commodifies human dignity. Pornography, infidelity, and sexual abuse are symptoms of a world that treats bodies as disposable pleasures. Even harmless lust, like obsessive crushes or emotional affairs, can poison trust and self-worth. How to avoid this sin? Honor commitments and respect boundaries. Reject media that reduces people to objects. Channel desire into love, not consumption. Lust doesn't liberate, it imprisons the heart and soul. The people of Sodom weren't just sinful, they were sadistic. Jewish tradition recounts horrors like a girl executed for giving bread to a beggar, or beds designed to torture visitors. Their cruelty was systemic, celebrated, and devoid of mercy. Cruelty today wears many masks: bullying, racism, political oppression, or everyday acts of spite. Social media trolls, abusive partners, and corrupt regimes all thrive on dehumanizing others. Even passive cruelty, ignoring someone in pain, fuels the cycle. How to avoid this sin? Speak up against injustice, even in small ways. Choose kindness when anger is easier. Reflect. Would I want this done to me? Cruelty isn't just violence. It's the refusal to see humanity in others. In ancient Middle Eastern culture, hospitality was sacred. Strangers were to be welcomed, fed, and protected. Sodom's men violated this code by attacking the angels instead of offering shelter. Their inhospitality revealed a society that feared and hated the other. Today, xenophobia, nationalism, and elitism divide communities. Refugees are turned away, neighbors are distrusted, and differences become threats. Even in personal interactions, we ghost friends, judge strangers, or withhold generosity. How to avoid this sin? Extend kindness to those outside your circle. Volunteer or support marginalized groups. Build bridges, not walls. Inhospitality doesn't just reject strangers, it rejects our shared humanity. Sodom and Gomorrah's ashes are a warning. Sin isn't just about breaking rules, it's about breaking bonds. The pride, greed, lust, cruelty, and inhospitality that destroyed those cities are alive in our world. They're in the systems we tolerate, the choices we justify, and the silence we keep. But here's the hope. Destruction is not inevitable. Unlike Sodom, we have the chance to repent, rebuild, and choose a better path. It starts with self-awareness, courage, and a commitment to love over fear. So ask yourself, which of these sins is whispering to you? Which societal evils are you ignoring? The storm that rained fire on Sodom didn't just punish, it exposed. Let this story expose the darkness in your life so you can step into the light. If this video resonated with you, hit the like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Subscribe for more content on faith, history, and navigating life's moral challenges. Let's build a community committed to learning from the past. Drop a comment below. Which of the 5 sins do you think it is most pervasive today? Let's discuss, respectfully and compassionately. Remember, the first step to change is awareness. Stay strong, stay righteous, and I'll see you in the next video.